Frag Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Frag Tag Radio. Here with you today is your boy Pradius. And so first of all, I want to get those plugs out of the way. If you're on, mobile phone, check out Appy Gamer. That's on Android, iOS, Windows. Appy makes you happy. Definitely check it out. Get all your news sources in one convenient app, including Frag Tag Radio, as well as Gaming News and Reviews, another great app on both Android and iOS. And then if you're on, say, Windows Phone or iOS, that would be Game On. Shouts to Troy. And then, of course, you can always catch us on Stitcher, iTunes, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, fragtagradio.com, pretty much everywhere. And with that out of the way, today I will be putting down my review of ReCore. So this is the game from the creator of Mega Man and his team over at Concept, and in collaboration with the Metroid developers over at Armature. So this was announced at E3. It was about 2 years ago or so. So I've been working on it at least that long. And the game follows a girl named Jewel, who awakens on this planet called Far Eden, and she doesn't know what's going on or what's happened, but the planet was supposed to have been being terraformed into a planet that would resemble Earth, but currently it's a desert wasteland pretty much. And so she's pretty much journeying out to try and figure out what happened to the terraforming, what's gone wrong, and also to find her father, who is the creator of the cores in the game that power the robots, not only the companion robots that she has in the game, but also the enemy robots. So the cores, like I said, they power all the different robots in the game, but also they power the doors and the technology on the planet as well. You start out with one companion, a little robot dog named Mac, and then you gain more throughout the game as you play. One of them is a spider named Seth, who can crawl up these rails and throw you around to higher places and different parts of the world that you wouldn't be able to access otherwise. There's another one named Duncan, who's like this giant mechanical gorilla who can bash stuff, break down walls, knock things over to make bridges for you to get across to different places that you wouldn't have been able to get to otherwise. And each of them can attack as well. So when you're fighting the other robots who have been corrupted by whatever it is that's corrupted the technology all over Eden, you can use your companions to attack them as well. And each companion has their own lethal attack, which how many times they can do that and how long between depends on their energy. So once you use a lethal attack, you can sometimes do it again right away, depending on their energy, or sometimes it takes time to recharge. It just all depends. The robot dog Mac can search around and dig up items underground. There's actually one quest in there where I was searching for a certain part, and to do it I had to go to this certain area and keep using Mac to dig up out of the ground and find these green robots. And after killing the green robot, they would hopefully drop the part that you needed, and then you would take it back to the crawler to complete that mission. The crawler is pretty much like Jules' home base, where you can go back to with her at any time to research blueprints, craft parts, upgrade your companions, make their cores stronger, things like that. The world of Far Eden is super vast. It's a pretty big world, but thankfully there are fast travel points pretty much littered everywhere. You'll be finding them all the time. And once you find one, you can fast travel back to Jules' crawler, do your upgrades. Also, anything you have in your inventory, parts you've collected, cores you've collected, automatically get transferred into your stash so that you're no longer over encumbered and you can go back out and start collecting more stuff to bring back. The parts are separated by rarity. Some are bronze, some are silver, some are gold. The rarer the part, you'll be able to use it to craft more better stuff. The blueprints themselves you will find in treasure chests. littered throughout the world, usually off the beaten path. So you definitely want to take your time to explore, look around Far Eden as much as you can. Try and find these treasure chests that are often tucked away in corners and crevices, hidden spots. Open them up. You'll find blueprints to build cooler, better, more powerful parts for your companions. Now, the levels are broken down into dungeons. You've got your main story dungeons, which are the ones you will have to complete to further progress the story of the game, and then also side dungeons, which are broken up into three ones. You've got your arena dungeons, which are basically battle based. You go in there, fight some enemies, get what you need, get out. Then you've got your traversal dungeons, which are all about platforming and precision, trying to get through there as fast as possible without falling off and having to start over. And then you've got your adventure dungeons, which are more kind of like the optional tombs in Tomb Raider, where you go in there and you're solving puzzles to figure out how to get to the end where the treasure is at. Like I was saying, the cores power all the technology on Eden, and the doors are powered by these things called prismatic cores, and you will need a certain number of prismatic cores to open certain doors. Like, say, this door might need 5 prismatic cores to open. Well, if you've only got 4 of them, then you're going to have to go back out into the world, do one of the optional dungeons, find one of the treasure chests that has one in it, kill a boss enemy, whatever, get another prismatic core to make 5, come back, then you'll be able to open the door and progress further in the game. Which is actually kind of a cool little concept in there, because you can't just rush straight through the story to the end. There are certain parts in the game where you'll get to a door that you need to get through to progress in the story, but you can't get through it until you get more prismatic cores, which to get those, you'll have to go do a couple optional dungeons or whatever. Jewel herself has a rifle, which can be upgraded to fire different colors of ammo. I believe you start out with white, and then after that you get red, and then blue, and then yellow. All of the enemies in the world are color-coded. Some are yellow, some are blue, some are red, and there's also green and purple, which are combinations of 2 different colors. So if you kill one of them and get a green core, then that might give you, like, say, yellow and red energy. Or if you kill a purple one, that might give you, say, red and blue or something like that. I'm not even sure if that's exactly the way it is, but you get the idea. And taking the cores back to your crawler will transform into energy that you can then use to upgrade your companions. And like I said, the prismatic cores you're going to collect, that you need the prismatic cores to open the doors, to get into certain dungeons, to get in, progress further in the game, etc., etc. Moving around in the game is super cool, and it's really fast, and you can spend a lot of time in the air as well. Jewel has a boost jump, which can be done twice for like a double jump, and then a dash, which can even be done in midair, not just on the ground. So you can jump, boost jump, and then dash to get across, like, say, a large canyon or a space where you need to get, like, across a broken bridge or whatever. You can use it to climb on top of objects, cliffs, collect more parts, and gather all the things you need. Like I said, I would say, if you do decide to play the game, spend time exploring, gathering the parts, the blueprints, finding the treasure chests, doing the optional dungeons, because the best blueprints for your companions really, really, really do come from the optional dungeons. So you definitely want to spend some time looking for that, finding those. The bosses in the game are they're pretty interesting. All the robots in the game are based off of animals, even the enemy ones. Like, you got wolves, gorillas, dogs, spiders, little flea things that fly around, adding shields to the bad guys to help them stay alive longer. The enemies also can have their cores extracted. So if you're firing at an enemy, there'll be like 2 little arrows pointing on their life bar, and if you can get their life down to that point, you can launch like a grappling hook from Jewel that'll grab on to the core, which you can then use to kind of do like a tug-of-war thing to try and pull it out. If the rope starts getting red, then you got to let up on it a little bit until it cools down a little bit, and then start pulling again. If it gets white, then the rope's about to break, and you've definitely got to just let it let it slack, and then until it cools down, and then start pulling again. So like I said, it's really like a tug of war type of thing. But after you've done it, a few times, you'll quickly master it, and you'll just be pulling cores out of enemies all the time, and using those to get energy to upgrade the cores of your companions, and so forth. There's like this bad robot named Victor who has something to do with the corruption that has taken over Eden, that has corrupted the cores, corrupted the facilities, and you're pretty much trying to figure out what's going on with that. Why is he like this? What is he doing? What happened to all the other people on the planet, especially Jules' father, who she is searching for, who actually created the cores in the first place? So there's a lot going on there. As far as problems with the game, I will say the load times are a little bit long. Like if you're fast traveling, it's hard to even call it fast traveling because it'll take you like a good 45 seconds for the loading to get done, which isn't super long, but it's not super short either. Also, like if you happen to die or fall off a cliff and have to respawn, then the loading time is the same. So I believe the loading times could have been a little bit shorter. And then speaking of short, brings me to my only other real complaint about the game is that I think it could have been a little bit longer. Took me about 10 to 12 hours to beat it, and that was with doing some of the optional dungeons. Admittedly, I did not do all the optional dungeons. I'm thinking if you do all the optional stuff in the game, you could probably stretch that out to about 20 hours, maybe even a little bit more if you took the time to find all the treasure chests and all the audio logs and all the collectibles and stuff. So but even so, like I said, it's only a $40 game, brand new. So a month or two from now, it'll probably be down to 20. It's definitely a good game for the price, and like I said, it's a lot of fun. The art style is really cool. The dungeons in the game, the level design is just really well thought out. You can tell there was a lot of passion put into that. All just really well done. It is a single player experience. There is no co-op or multiplayer. So if you're against straight single player games, then this might not be the game for you. But if you love single player games, adventure, then I definitely suggest checking ReCore out. It's got a lot to offer. It's a ton of fun. And I definitely hope that the game gets a sequel because like I said, even though it was short, I had a lot of fun playing it, and I would have liked to have spent more time in Far East. And I probably will go back and do some of the optional dungeons that I didn't do before, and try and upgrade my companions more, just for shits and giggles to have fun. So I definitely hope it gets a sequel. I think maybe some kind of co-op mode would have been good. Maybe if like a co-op time attack mode or a co-op horde type survival type mode would have been cool to have in there, just to add a little bit of replay value in there. I don't think PvP would have fit with this just because of the way that the shooting goes in the game. You can free aim and shoot, but it's a lot better to use the left trigger and lock on to your enemies and then shoot that way, and it'll automatically bounce from enemy to enemy to enemy to enemy as you kill them. And yeah, so PvP just wouldn't be a good choice for this game, but I think some kind of co-op mode would have fit in well. Other than that, like I said, it's just what's worth checking out. It's like Mega Man mixed with Metroid, mixed with Zelda, mixed with Tomb Raider. It's got aspects from all four of those games rolled into it. So if you're a fan of any one of those games, I would say it's worth checking out. Like I said, for $40, it's a good deal, especially as a Xbox / Windows 10 exclusive, console exclusive on Xbox. Definitely a great new IP for Xbox to have as an exclusive. And I definitely hope it gets a sequel. So if you would like some more in-depth coverage / review stuff, I have a written review up on fragtagradio.com. So definitely go there, read that, check that out, and you'll be able to get a more in-depth explanation of the game, the mechanics, how everything works, et cetera, et cetera. So whether you pick it up, is up to you. If this sounds like something for you, check it out. If not, I would even say check it out anyway. Hopefully there's some kind of demo for it so that people can just kind of get a feel for it and see if it's for them, because I definitely think everybody should at least try it. Um, and with that, it's been a great episode, and I will be coming back at y'all soon, probably with a review for Forza Horizon 3 in the coming weeks. I also want to talk about Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1, some other things. So definitely look forward to the next episode. I got a lot of Warframe stuff to put down in the next episode as well. And like I said, that'll all be coming at you here pretty soon. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care. Peace.
Frag Radio.